So that's the true past, isn't it? So this is the good way to figure it out. Is this the void that resulted? Seems to be no direction here. So let's get down to business. You know, one thing that would be nice is a way to read all the entries again. At least read all the diary entries again. So we figured out that we're Sophia already. I guess the only thing left is to learn how we got this power. Which I don't happen in a relatively different manner than guess while I'm here, I will save. We'll go to 6F, which is the roof. Here we are again, poor, broken Sophia. I don't think we ever actually read that final diary entry in the ending 2. So we need to find Caretaker. Who is quite literally Clockwork's caretaker. So let's keep going up until we find him. This game has such bloody beautiful music. God damn. Again, has a landmark? Okay, thanks. Alright, we gotta be getting close. Finding multiples now. Caretaker. There you are. Fuck's sake, man. Now. Whoa, gotta go fast. I still want to know who this lady is. There's still that. There's still the origin of the symbols. There's the eyeball, too. Let's keep in mind. In the video, the eyeball seems to be the symbol of the apocalypse. The eye opens and whoa, the world goes bleh. And in the eyeball scene in Act 1, the people are chanting to close the eye, stab it. There's Cinderella. The poor Clockwork. Malene. Leader. Crazy lady. Another name I desperately wanted to say rather than Crazy Lady, but for reasons I will not. And then there's you. You look suspiciously like the girl from the storybook. Now that I think about it. Same hair over the eye. She's not exactly in a tower, but same throne. Same throne that we were in. Matters to me. Sneer. What kind of what are you wishing for? Ooh. Million. Leader. Crazy Lady. Someone who will betray them. Proof. Proof. After 4,000 years, I'm free! What? Time to conquer Earth! The blade. When you pull it out, the world goes boof. The very beginning. You've always had it in yourself, Sophia. Power to create the new order. The new world. This very power. It comes with a price. Now at the very top we see the symbol. Time to head to X. Music's happy again. Well, let's see where this conclusion takes us, shall we? For some reason we can't see the rings and the symbols there. This time there's no going back, is there? Yep, this time we have peace. We're starting to understand who we really are. And what happened way back in the beginning. There's still a long ways to go. Those are the things I wanna know going forward. Well, obviously, I'd like some more detail in the endings. Like, why is everything broken down and sad in the second ending? Well, I just need to play this again after finishing it. One, I want to look at all the notes again. Keep track of any information that slipped by me. Now, death, the awakening. Now this is the end so far, if I recall. Coming soon, yep. Now, it seems like... I think once again for this I'll be relying on you folks in the comments to help me sort this out. Because that's what we do here. We sort out stories. But yeah, I'm gonna be pondering for a while how... what the heck is going on? There's a story there. It's developing. There's still a lot that doesn't make sense. There's the... Well, it's obvious that Sophie has been endowed with some world-creating powers. At some point in time, she wiped out the world. I have... Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne on the brain, so that's the first thing that comes to mind. Is the fall there. After that, I guess... If we can believe the Salomon's papers, then... went through several cycles of death and rebirth. Each time there was a blade in our chest. And that's... You know what? That would explain the storybook, even. The world, as we know it, can only exist while she's dreaming it. Even if we assume that the storybook that we were reading before had to do with the purple-haired lady with the crazy eyes.
And, yeah, she wakes up, she goes down to see her people, and they're all gone because she's not dreaming them. Their fate, their entire existence is literally in her dreams. When she wakes up and walks around, all that's left is literally void. Now, the bloody knife we're constantly carrying around, that implied to be the blade that was through Sophia's chest. Obviously, that's left the scar on her chest. And once that somehow got pulled out, and the world was wiped out and reduced to the void, that the hub world, so to speak. Since the void is since we're the ones with the world creating powers now, the void seems to be littered with significant moments in our life. Think back to some of the major events in Act 1. There's the blood splatter, don't look at me, I told you not to look at me. Which I personally think refers to the stab school scene. There's the eyeball, obviously. You see the eyeball more direct. You see the eyeball in the school scene, or in the memory interpretation of the school scene. It seems like a lot of the memories in Sophie's diaries were recreated in a rather dramatic fashion. Considering most of the original events took place in a relatively normal sounding school setting, if the videotape is anything to go by. Even the diary entries themselves pretty much imply that. So, but then if we write off the gameplay interpretation, so to speak, what does that make the last one on the roof? There's no accompanying diary entry. Well, there's a diary entry with it, but we don't see anything that's actually in it. Or if there is anything actually in it, it's just a date. Now, the choice I'd have, I suppose, is to actually go in, look through everything, start taking down dates and compiling a list of notes and dates and try to make a timeline, which I might actually do. That's how much I like this game. I'm actually willing to compile a literature of the game because I guts to know. This is something I really want to figure out. Because I have a feeling there's a lot more being said here that I might be missing, because I'd certainly like to be able to go back and look at the notes, read the notes again. So I might go back and compile a list of dates. That's the big thing. So what to do now? What to do now? Yeah, things I want to know. I want to know what's the deal with the repetitive cycles of the apocalypse, the world ending, and being reborn again, and Of course, how Salmon plays into things. It's obviously gonna have a big role in the story from now on, considering his role in the original events. The original fall, so to speak. The whole eyelid opening thing was really creepy, I gotta say. Plus, eyelid opening, boom, the world ends. I think I said this before, but then in the void, Sophia is told to close the eye, stab the eye, make it close. That stabbing Sophia in the chest while she's dreaming is world creating. Pull the blade out, she opens her eyes, the world goes poof. I've been talking about this for way longer than I was expecting. So yeah, discuss. I expect a good discussion over this. I'm encouraging it. I wants to know what you all make of this. And once this gets on YouTube, then definitely you'll have plenty of time to look at notes, take down dates, connect dots. I want to know how you're connecting the dots, all of you. And I want to know what you think of the story so far. I'm into it. I'm sold. I'm waiting with bated breath for Act 3. And it just, I mean, I was sold from the beginning, but it got better. It got better. I know for sure I've mentioned this before, but I love how Act 1 is paced. And then you have the faint hint that there's more there that we're missing. Once you see the extra events, which the extra events are really key to Sophia's memory, it turns out. There's the shadow, there's the innocence. I have to go back and watch the innocence to see how that plays into things. The eyeball, the blood splatter. I told you not to look at me. That starts to trigger the memories, which brings back the dread door, which starts Act 2. And the journey through Sophia's memories in her diary. At that point, we don't know yet, but as we go through, we figure it out. And now, the new edition of the additional Shadow events, where we learn the identity of the Shadow and what he's been up to, and what got us into this mess to begin with, and that's the trigger for Act 3. Wow. Yeah, I am sold. This is deep, man. This is deep. Of course, there's always a chance I'm reading too much into something, but I hope not. Yeah, I'll just try and collect the list of the few things that I would question, or have questions about, and we'll go from there. But yeah. In case you couldn't tell from the fact that I've been talking about this for 15 minutes, alone, sitting on the title screen, listening to the title music, I'm kind of into it. So until next time, until then, enjoy.